Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check the number or try your call again. This is a recording.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is John Manzione with the Cold Open. Today we're going to be talking about the eGo 1, again, briefly, and another Subohm tank, this time from a company called Acme. And we'll be back right after this. Okay, I am back. This is my second video today, and the reason I'm looking for something. Hello. Okay, here it is. Never mind. The reason is because I have another tank here, but also I want to show you guys something which I think is very, very cool. And also I'll give you a little bit better explanation of the eGo 1 that I gave you last time. Watch that video to get the information on there, or better yet, watch other people's reviews, like Smoke and Joy's. But I really like it. I don't think the eGo 1 is ever more than a couple of feet away from me, to tell you the truth. It's not that I use it a lot, but I love to have it by. I love to have it near me with a charged battery, with a full tank, because it is just so damn cool. And if you find yourself in a situation where, it pays to be a little bit stealthy, nothing does it better than an eGo 1. And you can keep it stealthy and still get an excellent vape. So the one I want to show you today, if you will come down here, is the black one. Let me move that out of the way. This is the black eGo 1. It's a nice deep black with a shiny metal surface. This is the 2200 mAh version, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, all right, come back up here. Now, here's what I wanted to tell you before that I did not cover. I said, as a matter of fact, I don't think I ever showed the 2200 on video. I would think it was the 1100. Needless to say, the battery life in the 2200 is excellent. I get a few hours out of this, cumulative. You know what I mean? So it really does a marvelous job. And the I have the 1 ohm coil in this, and when you buy one, you get the 1 ohm coil and a half ohm coil for sub-vaping and Subohm vaping. So I might have briefly touched on people use the 1 ohm coil when they want to use an eGo 1 like a smoker. You know what I mean? No lung hits, things like that. And then they use the half ohm if they want to do, the big giant lung hits with it. And it works fabulously. You can see that in the video that I did for the eGo 1. So I thought this time, why not put the 1 ohm in here and show you how dramatically different the performance is. I mean, you still get a great vape, but for some reason, the draw is much tighter, and you really do use it as a smoker would use those awful nasty cigarettes. So here goes. This is charged. It's full of my juice, and I'll show you. You're not going to get that lung hit vapor, but you're going to get that regular hit vapor. I guess it would help if I turned it on. I mean, really, what do you watch this for? I mean, I'm just a freaking idiot here. beautiful flavor, beautiful vapor from something this big, this big. I mean, compare it to a size of 30 mil juice. I mean, it's tiny with a 2200 mAh battery. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, I can see that. Let's do it again. Now, I just did a lung hit there, and which you can do, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot more pull to get that. So if you wanted to use it, if you were if you happen to be watching this and you're a smoker and you're looking for a way to quit, then I hope that audio's not messed up because of that. My receiver was right here, and anyway, so if you're a smoker and you're looking for a device that will satisfy your urges, your nicotine urges, your hand to mouth urges, so forth and so on, I can't think of anything better than this to start off with. And then of course add the platinum kit from Aspire to your arsenal, and you got it made. But so I'll show you a regular smoker's head, smoker's drag. That's, taking the vapor into your lungs, in your mouth and then into your lungs. And the flavor is, I can't get over the flavor. It's just amazing. So here it is. It's the black version. I highly recommend this device to anyone and everyone out there, no matter what, if you're a beginner or an advanced vapor. There's nothing like keeping one of these in your pocket and just heading out into town. And if you buy the 2200 version, you'll get a lot more battery life, and it's not all that much bigger. I wish I had my other one around. I'd show you the difference in size. I don't have it. It's probably at home. So anyway, that's what I want to show you. eGo 1 in black. Now the black Delta 2 tanks, I'm told, are the same shiny black to this, so I can't wait to get some of those. I hope that will not be quickly. Okay, now let's take a break, show you a little bit of the Smokin' Joey, and then I'll be back and talk to you about the Acme Subohm Tank. And I'm back. Seriously, have you ever seen a Smokin' Joey video? His reviews are spot on. The time and energy that he puts into his reviews, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. He covers everything, and he doesn't lie to you either. Not that people lie, but you know what I mean. Okay, so anyway, let's come down here, and this is the Acme Tank. I'm gonna show you this one here. This is still in the case, and I think you'll get a better presentation of it if you see it in the case. This is what it's a good looking tank. You know what I mean? It really does. The airflow controls are up top, and I like these little rings around here and stuff like that, and a very wide bore drip tip that actually I guess you could probably fit it's look at the middle there. It's small, but I don't know, why are they doing that? I don't know, why do they have a small bore and then put a big fat drip tip on top? I mean, who are they trying to fool? And by the way, this screws in, believe it or not, so you cannot use your own drip tips unless you have a drip tip that's got a thread on it. So that's it, and you fill it up thusly. And as you can see, like a lot of the tanks that we've reviewed, it has has a narrow pathway, not as bad as some, and not as good as others. But there's always that pathway there. This is your coil. It's a kind of a small coil, and let me see if I can get a better focus on that. I'm gonna touch the screen right there, and yeah, there we go. And that is that's your coil right there, and it's not that big. There's holes on the side for e-liquid to come through, but they do not adjust. They're just there. Okay, so no big deal. The end cap is very small, very thin. You just screw that on there, and then you fill it up, and then screw it back on, and you're ready to go. And the reason why this is thin is because they moved all of the airflow controls up here, and the airflow control is the big slot there, and then another. So it's like one on each side. And you can adjust it to any way you want. Adjust it there, and it's the same way on the other side. So, anyway, okay, so you got to look at that. Come on back up here. And I have one of these on my... Why can't I just go right off? Why can't I do that? X Pro M80 by Smoke. And I have this set to 60 watts, and believe it or not, this is a half ohm coil in here, and I know that because I put it in there. But I know you get one of each, a half ohm, actually a quarter ohm, a 2.5, and a half ohm. So it's a half ohm in there. So I have it set to 60 watts. The reason why is because anything under that doesn't pull the flavor out like it should. So we'll give it a go. Now, 60 watts, the vapor is very warm. Not too warm, but warm. Warmer than some of the others that I have tried. Unfortunately, I get a couple of tiny drops of liquid when I pull on it hard, and that's hot. But what are you going to do? Okay, so it works really well. That wasn't even wide open. Let's take it wide open and see what I can do there. Quite the performer, isn't it? And it's inexpensive. Take a look down here again. Now this thing holds 3.5 milliliters of juice, and has those nice little rivets there, and it works. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Now come back up here for a minute, because I want to tell you a little bit of just a short story. Hang with me, and then I'm going to get to my commentary. But the short story about this tank is I was Skyping with Jack, my partner over in China, when this arrived. And I opened it. I filled it with, by the way, thank you, 40, for sending these over. I should have said that in the beginning, but Jack sent these over. And I filled it up, and I set it down, and I let it sit for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. While him and I were talking, and then I gave it the pre-burn deal, a couple seconds, and I tasted it, or I took a drag from it, anyway, and the taste was horrible, awful, and I said to Jack, Jack, man, I don't think this one's going to cut it. I really don't. I said, I'm not making up my mind right now, but, performance, taste, it's not that great. So then I let it sit for another half hour. I mean, we're Skyping for like an hour and a half. And it's not great. You talk to somebody on video for free all the way over 18 hours by plane. I mean, that's awesome. Anyway, so I let it sit there for quite a while longer, another half hour or so. And I tried it again, and the vapor got better. But the taste wasn't there. So I expressed my concerns to Jack, and I said the problem as I see it is that somebody buys this and their immediate results. So let's say they let it sit for 5 minutes or so, and they come back and it just sucks. And they're not going to like the tank. They're going to ditch it, whatever, and say, well, this was $30 down the drain. And I said, but you know what? I said, this has happened before on occasion, so I'm going to let it sit for a while, and I'm going to go back to it and see what happens when, this thick juice has enough time to really, really saturate the coils. And that's what I did. We finished up our conversations, said goodbye, started working and all this kind of stuff. And when I talk to him, it's like 6:30 in the morning because it's 6:30 at night where he is. And so we're just, we finish up our business. I go on my way. I start doing a little writing and little stuff that I have to do. And then that was it. I left it alone for the entire day. I didn't even think about it again. I was working on something else. And then I came back to it and I gave it a couple burns here like this, like this. And all of a sudden, I think I locked it. Or the batteries run out. The batteries run out. Yes, that's what happened. Now, this is the time when you wish this thing had replaceable batteries. Because I got lots of those. I could just put it on something else. Take the batteries out, put some fresh ones in there, and go get back into business. Which is why I like these Vapor Sharks and Vapor Flasks so much. And but I can't do that. So I'm going to stick it on the Vapor Shark. And I'm punch it up all the way up to 40 watts and see where that takes me. Is it telling me to? Yes, it is. I didn't do that before. Okay, here we go. The vapor is great. Flavor's not as good at 40 watts as it is at 60 watts. And it depends on, where you're at. I mean, I certainly, if I didn't have anything above 40 and I were able to pick these up on the cheap, I guess I would. Puts out a lot of vapor at 40 watts. The flavor doesn't kick, but other than that. But anyway, the moral of the story is sometimes these coils need to break in and they really need to sit for a while. And this sat for 10, 12 hours. As I've been using it to prepare for the review over the last few days, once I'll just pick it up, hit a few and, move on back to my personal stuff. It got a little bit better and better. So, as it stands right now, my feelings of this tank, especially because it's on the less expensive side, I'll throw up the actual price, up here from Avenue 40, in post. But if you can pick these up for less money than you can a lot of the others, this is a viable option. I wish the coils were a little bit bigger. I wish there was more cotton in it. I think it'd do an even better job. But as long as you are willing to put in the time, sort of, fill the tank up and then just leave it alone. Well, do a couple pre-burns and get it going, and then just leave it alone for a day and come back up. I think you will really enjoy this tank. And I am very surprised to say that because, I mean, I asked Jack, I was convinced that this was not going to do it. but I am pleasantly surprised that it is. It's still no Delta 2, but then again, what is, right? So anyway, that's great. So that's about it, really. The eGo 1, I very, very highly recommend this baby. And because of the price, and because of the price of the coils, I am going to give a thumbs up on the, or a high five, or whatever. I should try to do something like that. High five, thumbs up, something. And I think it's a good tank. So, you know, it's not the best tank in the world. It's the worst tank in the world. It's certainly doable. And it goes to show you that the more you use these things, the better they will be. So I will be right back with my commentary, and it's going to be a totally off-the-cuff commentary because I got something to say. But I'm not going to rehearse it. I don't write it down, stuff like that. So I'll be right back. And welcome back. This is the cold open commentary. And yeah, I giggle. I have fun. But I'm kind of serious here, all right? And this part of this is what I was talking about yesterday on a video that actually didn't record well. I'm hoping this one does. If you're watching this video, you're a vapor, you know how much we enjoy this. This is, you know, if you invest $300 into a device, you know you're not vaping to quit smoking. You may have come from smoking, but you like vaping, and you're just gonna vape, and you may even come down. Hell, I'm on 3 milligram nicotine now. I might go to 0 nic at some point. Don't think so, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. But the point is that vapors, this is a hobby for us. And if you want to say that it's not a hobby and you have inexpensive equipment and you're going down on your nicotine until you get to the 0 and then you plan on stopping, that's great. That's fantastic. I mean, you know, is it better not to vape than it is to vape? Well, yeah, sure it is. It's better to live in New Hampshire and breathe that air rather than California and breathe that air, you know, or Los Angeles or San Francisco or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's better to eat fresh vegetables than frozen vegetables, but we do it anyway. But what really bugs me are the politicians who are using this harmless, virtually harmless, 99.99% less harmful than cigarettes, as a way to either win votes or grab money from the treasury and use it in some stupid way to help friends and influence people. It just drives me absolutely crazy. So this is what I've decided to do. I'm not going to tell you which party I vote for all of my life. I'm pretty sure you can guess. But I'm not doing that anymore. So I'm still going to vote. I'm going to vote in all of the elections, and I think you should too. But I think until this entire vaping situation is over, is done, in the books, fine. We're allowed to do it. It's our right to do it. Don't tell me I can't do it, you dumbass, because it's not causing anybody else any harm, and it's providing a lot of jobs in this jobless growth economy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to find out where everybody in these races, local, state, federal, stand on electronic cigarettes. And if they are against electronic cigarettes to the point where it's going to make it difficult or expensive for us to vape and enjoy the flavors that we vape and enjoy the devices that we like, I'm not going to vote for them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to actively campaign against them. Now, okay, now what if you have two people in a race and they're both against electronic cigarettes? Well, you know what? I won't vote for either candidate. I'm going to write in somebody. And I might write in myself. I might write in my wife. I might write in my cousin. I don't know. But I'll write in somebody. And I will actively campaign against them. So what we're going to do at Spinfuel is we're going to come up with a political column every week. And we are going to start revealing who these SOBs are that are against electronic cigarettes. And we are going to actively campaign against them. I don't care if it's a party, if they're a member of a party that I've belonged to all my life. If they're against it, I'm against them. Okay, because this is more than just allowing us to vape. Okay, I am so tired of the last 8-9 years of eating away at our civil rights, at our freedoms, at our personal liberties, that I've had it. I've just freaking had it. And since I have been in this business for 3.5 years, and I have seen all of these little, just chomping away little by little, trying to take something away from us that is not harmful, has really got me. Now, what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to do the same thing. And we're going to come up with some ways that we can get some, some protest going or something like that. Look, and I'll end it with this. There's a lot of organizations out there, CASA and other ones. And I've spoken with a lot of them. I've sat down and talked with a lot of them. And I walk away from the table or the Skype or whatever. And I'm disappointed. And the reason why I'm disappointed is because you can only take the diplomacy to a certain point. You cannot just sit there with a smile on your face and be totally respectable at all times, because these sons of bitches, these politicians, in order to be a politician, you got to be a scumbag. Okay, you can't be diplomatic with them all the time, because they won't care. They won't say, well, they're unhappy with it, but what the hell? They're not gonna protest. They're not gonna do this, that, or the other thing. Yeah, that's how they think. And trust me, it is. So we're gonna get involved, and we're gonna get involved in as big a way as possible. And it's about time that these people were revealed for who they are, whether they want more tax money from us, or whether they want to take our right to vape away, or to make us vape tobacco and menthol. I've had enough. It's just stupid. They're playing with our lives. They're chipping away at our liberties for their own gain, and I'm tired of it. This is John Manzione with the Cold Open. I'm going to go take a blood pressure pill, and I will see you next time. Bye.